Hello guys, so welcome to our channel, Run Basic. So in this video, we will be learning in how to divide your functions. Okay, so on the board, we have division of functions, or we can say that we are solving or finding the quotients of our functions. So assuming our functions are f of x and g of x, their quotient is expressed as f over g of x equals to f of x divided by g of x. So before that, let us review your rule of integers concerning with their signs. So we have here positive divided by positive is positive, negative divided by negative is positive, and we have positive divided by negative is negative, and negative divided by positive is negative. Okay, to summarize, the rule of integers or signs of your division is like your multiplication. So they follow the same rule of signs or integers. Okay, so positive and positive, negative and negative will give you the quotient of positive, or we can say that like signs. So like signs, positive. This one is unlike signs. So unlike signs, negative. So, so easy. So again, the rule of integers concerning with the signs of your number for division and multiplication are the same. Okay? So let's go to the basic and the fundamental concept of dividing your numbers. So the parts of your divisions are, we have here your dividend divided by the divisor equals quotient. Or we have in this form, dividend divided by divisor equals quotient. Or we can have this form, dividend divided by divisor equals to quotient. So we have some forms or procedure in dividing your numbers. Okay? So, but on our lesson, division and functions, we can see that we will use this form, the fraction form of dividing your function. So, dividend divided by divisor equals quotient. So, fraction bar is used instead of this one, the common symbol for division. Okay? So I will give you some example. So example, we have 6 divided by 3. So positive 6 divided by positive 3 is equals, of course, to positive 2. Okay, so we can check your division by multiplying the quotient to your divisor. So this is your dividend, divisor equals quotient. To check your quotient, you can multiply your quotient to the divisor and we'll get your dividend. Because multiplication and division are inverse. So we have 6 divided by 3 equals to positive 2. 2 times 3, of course, you will get 6. Okay, so basic and elementary. Okay, next example, we have negative 6 divided by negative 3 equals to positive 2. Again, positive and positive, positive, negative and negative, positive. Like signs will get you to the positive quotient. So again, negative 6 divided by negative 3 equals to positive 2. To check, 2 times negative 3 equals, of course, negative 6. Okay? Next example, we have negative 6 divided by positive 3 equals to negative 2. Or, dilitan yung itong signs. Okay? So, negative 6 divided by negative 3 equals to negative 2. So, negative 2 times positive 3 equals to negative 6. Okay? Last example, we have 6, positive 6 divided by negative 3 equals to negative 2. Okay. So negative 2 times negative 3 equals to positive 6. Okay? So I will give you another example. So most of you guys are confused when we are dividing numbers with zeros. So example, we have 0 divided by 3. That will give us the quotient of 0. Okay? So 0 times 3 equals 0. So what about 3 divided by 0? So most of us will be confused in 3 divided by 0. Some of us will directly answer the quotient will be 0 or the quotient will be 3. So if this is 0, 0 times 0 will not give us the quotient product of 3. Of course, 0 is a wrong answer. So somebody will answer 3. So 3 divided by 0 is equal to 3. Again, that is wrong because 3 divided by 0 is 0 and this is 3. So the correct answer in here is, using your calculator, you will never find the answer because the answer is undefined. Or some books you can say not defined or undetermined. Okay? So please bear this in mind. That any number divided by 0 is undefined. But but 0 divided by any number is equal to 0. Okay? So I guess that we are clear with that. So another basic and fundamental concept behind dividing in numbers is dividing when fractions are involved. So fractions will be involved for we are also dividing your rational functions, and rational functions are fraction in form. So example guys, we have 1/2 divided by 1/4. Okay, 1/2 divided by 1/4 is equal to 1/2 times 4 over 1. 4 over 1. So that is the basic concept of dividing numbers concerning your fraction. So the first rule is we should identify your dividend divided by your divisor equals your quotient. So the first rule guys is to find the reciprocal. The reciprocal of the divisor. Okay, in some books, reciprocal is also known as multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse. Okay, so the multiplicative inverse of 1/4 or its reciprocal is 4 over 1. So just make your denominator your numerator and your numerator as your denominator. So that is the multiplicative inverse or the reciprocal. So a number multiplied to its reciprocal or multiplicative inverse will be equal to 1, such as 1/4 times 4 over 1 is equal to 1. Example, we have the whole number 3. So its reciprocal is 1/3. Okay? So the first step is find the reciprocal of the divisor or find its multiplicative inverse. In going back in our video, in subtracting your numbers, we are using the additive inverse. So this time we are using the multiplicative inverse. Okay? And step number 2 is proceed to multiplication rule. So first step is to identify the reciprocal of your divisor and Step number 2, the next step is to proceed to multiplication. Such as, or examples, 1 half divided by 1/4 equals 1 half times 4 over 1. And that will become 4 over 2. 1 times 4. 2 times 1. So in multiplying your fractions, we are multiplying your numerator to the other numerator and your denominator to the corresponding denominator. Okay, lowest term, we have 2. So common sense, how many 1/4 can we get from 1 half? Of course, we can get 2. But this is the fundamental concept or procedure behind dividing your fractions. Example, we are dividing 6 by 2/3. So how many 2/3 can we get from 6? So again, let's follow the rule. We have 6 divided by 2/3 will become 6 times the reciprocal of 2/3. We have 3 halves, or 3 over 2. Then proceed to multiplication. Of course, the denominator, the whole number 6 is 1. So, because to make it more shortcut, we will be multiplying 6 to the numerator. 6 times 3, of course, we have 6 times 3, we have 18. And copy your denominator 2. Okay, dividing 18 over 2, we have 2 equals, of course, we have 9. Okay? So we have 9. Okay, we have this procedure, we have 6 times 3 over 2 equals 18 over 2. So in here, we can directly, or we can divide first before we multiply. So some people are doing 6 divided by 2. That is 3. And 3 times 3 is 9. But to be basic and fundamental, we have to multiply 6 times 3 equals 18. Copy the denominator 2. Then 18 divided by 2 is 9. Okay? So that is the fundamental procedure in dividing your numbers with concerns to fractions. So now let us proceed to dividing your functions. So example, the board, we have functions f of x equals to x plus 5. Then we have g of x equals to 2x minus 1. Then we have h of x equals to 2x squared plus 9x minus 5. And s of x is equal to 3x plus 1 over x plus 5. Okay, so first, assuming we are required to get the quotient of f and g of x, and that is equal to f of x divided by g of x. So by substitution, we have f over g of x equals to f of x, which is x plus 5. Okay, to be basic, we have to use your parenthesis. Then we have g of x, which is equals to 2x plus 1. Sorry, 2x minus 1 is our given. So in this case, we have f over g of x equals to the quantity of x plus 5 divided by 2x minus 1. So in this case, guys, we are just copying the quantities for our numerator, which is x plus 5 divided by 2x minus 1, because there will be no common. There's no common factor. So we will write it as it is. So x plus 5 over 2x minus 1. And that's it. So example again. So assuming this is your example number 1, let's proceed to example number 2. So example number 2 will be h over f of x. Okay, so let's continue. The quotient of h and f of x is equal to h of x over f of x. By substitution, we have h over f of x equals h of x is 2x squared plus 9x minus 5 divided by your f is x plus 5. Okay? So most of us will do it as we are trying to find the, what they call this, the similar terms, and some will directly delete or cancel the following, so it's not. So 2x squared plus 9x minus 5 is a quadratic function. So a quadratic function has maximum of 2 factors. Okay, so it is related to factoring. So in here we will factor 2x squared plus 9x minus 5. So 2x squared plus 9x minus 5. Okay, let us try the common method in factoring this trinomial with leading coefficient, which is 2x squared, and the leading numerical coefficient is greater than 1. So let's use your trial and error. So the common step is to identify the factors of 2 and negative 5. So 2 times 1. Then the factors of negative 5, of course, is, example, we have negative 5, or let's say positive 5 times negative 1. So 2 is equals to 2 times 1, and the factors of negative 5 are positive 5 times negative 1, or it can be negative 5 times positive 1. But trial and error. We are finding the factors of the following 2 and negative 5, which will become positive 9 if we will add it. So this one. So example, we have to use 2x minus 1. This one, 2x minus 1. Okay. Again, to be more basic. So this is your trinomial. So your trinomial has a factor of 2 binomials. Again, 2 binomials. So binomial and binomial. So what are the factors of 2x squared? So we have 2 times negative 1. Or we can say 2 and 1. So let's try 2x. Sorry, this is not. So 2 times 1. So 2x times 1x, or 2x times x is 2x squared. Okay? Now, what are the factors of negative 5? So, trial and error. First, let us use positive 5 times negative 1. So, that will become, let's say, negative 1 times x plus 5. Then, by FOIL method or multiplication, we can check if these factors are correct. If we multiply, and let's see if we can get back to 2x squared plus 9x minus 5. So let's multiply 2x times x, we have 2x squared. Then 2x times 5, we have positive 10. Then negative 1 times x is negative x of 1. Or it will be understood that the numerical coefficient of x is 1. Then negative 1 times positive 5 is negative 5. So adding like terms, so we have 10x in here. So 2x times 5, this one 10x. Sorry. So we have 2x squared plus 9. 10 minus 1 is 9. That's 5. So we get back to 2x squared plus 9x minus 5. So we will write your 2x squared plus 9x minus 5 as in factor form. So we have 2x minus 1, that is x plus 5 over x plus 5. Then we will divide the common factors. So if you can see, the common factors is x plus 5. So dividing x plus 5 divided by x plus 5, in here we get 1. Or to be more shortcut, some say that is cancelled, so it's not. So x plus 5 divided by x plus 5 is 1. So the remaining is x, or 2x minus 1. So the process in here, or the fundamental step that we are doing in this procedure, is just like this one. Example, we have 6 divided by 2. In factored form, 6 is equal to 2 times 3 divided by 2. So 6 is just like 2x squared plus 9x minus 5. Then we factored, factored form of 2x squared plus 9x minus 5 is 2 times 3, just like this one. 6. Then factored form, 2x squared plus 9x minus 5, the factored form is here. Then we divide the common factor. So we get 3. Okay? So the theory behind this one is just like this one. So therefore, h of x divided by f of x equal to 2x minus 1. Okay, I will give you another example in relation to rational functions and doing the reciprocal or the multiplicative inverse. Okay, so assuming we are required to get the quotient of h and s of x, so we have h over s of x. So if you can see, I changed the given of s of x equals to 2x minus 1 over x plus 5 for us to get the variety of examples and use the example in dividing your rational function. Okay? So change 2x minus 1. So this is 3x plus something. Okay. So h is, by substitution, we have 2x squared plus 9x minus 5 over s of x, that is equal to 2x minus 1 over x plus 5. So here, things are getting interesting. Okay? So I will erase this one, and I will give you another visual presentation on how to use this concept. Okay, so we have this one, h over s of x. So it can be presented using this way. So we have 2x squared plus 9x minus 5 divided by, okay, I will go back to the most basic. So we have 2x minus 1 over x plus 5. Okay, just like that. They are the same. So division bar or fraction bar. Okay, again we are doing or operating division, and we have this fractional function or the rational function. So this is your divisor, this is your dividend. We are going to get your quotient. Of course, following the rule in fractions, we will get the reciprocal of your divisor. So it will become 2x squared plus 9x minus 5. Then times x plus 5 over 2x minus 1. Okay? Then, in factored form, 2x squared plus 9x minus 5. So, on our previous example number 2, so 2x squared plus 9x minus 5 is equal to x plus 5 times 2x minus 1. So this one. Then copy. So we have x plus 5 over 2x minus 1. After getting the reciprocal of your divisor, we proceed to the rule of multiplying fractions or numbers. So just multiply the numerator to the corresponding numerator, and we don't have any numerator in here, so we will just copy your denominator. So continuing, we have x plus 5, okay, following, times 2x minus 1 over x plus 5, this one, then we will copy the denominator. So guess what's the answer for the quotient? Okay, so we will divide the common. 2x minus 1 and 2x minus 1. Of course, the final answer will be x plus 5 and x plus 5. The remaining factors. So the correct answer is x plus 5 and x plus 5. So going back in this form, we have h over s of x. In this form, let's compare, but they are the same. So this is your fraction bar, this fraction bar. Then we have 2x squared plus 9x minus 5. Then get the reciprocal of 2x minus 1 over x plus 5 reciprocal. Then proceed to multiplication. So we have x plus 5 over 2x minus 1. So the same. The same. Okay, continuing. So 2x squared plus 9x minus 5 again is equal to x plus 5 times 2x minus 1. Then multiplying it, we have x plus 5 all over 2x minus 1. Some other books will recommend us to use period at the last part of our fraction bar to denote that there's no continuation. Okay, again, get the common. So again, h over s of x, h of x divided by s of x is x plus 5 times x plus 5. Okay? Then multiplying it, or if your teacher requires you to multiply it or get the simplest form, just multiply it. So by FOIL method, we get x squared plus 10x plus 25 if you would check. So either of the two is correct. But to simplify, x plus 5 times x plus 5, that is x squared plus 10x plus 25. So I guess we are clear on division of functions or finding the quotient of your functions. Thank you so much and stay safe.